Previously on Pretending with Dice. So after about 10-15 minutes of walking, you do actually seem to notice a sort of dim glow just coming from the north.
It's dark and I can't see him anymore. What's happened?
He doesn't really want to hang out with us.
You guys are idiots.
What? So yeah, the bugbear suddenly doubles over.
I'd like to back up and run into the woods as far away as I possibly can from them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Pretending with Dice. I'm your host and game master, AJ. So here we are, episode 6. This episode is the final one in our first story arc. It's what it's all been leading to up to this point. I really hope you've all been enjoying it. For those of you who've tuned in for the first time, I'd seriously recommend jumping back to episode 1. Otherwise you might be a little bit lost with some of the story points that are happening, but yeah, welcome along. One last thing before I recap what happened previously. Our next episode, episode 7, is going to be a discussion episode between myself and the players, and as part of that we'll be doing a Q&A section. So if any of you have any questions that you want us to answer, they can be serious, they can be story related, they can be really dumb, like what's our favourite Sunday or something. Anything you want us to answer at all, you can send them to us via Twitter, Facebook or email. An email we're at pretendingwithdice@outlook.com. At the time of this episode's release, that's on Thursday the 3rd of August, you've only got a couple of days left to get your questions to us if you want them answered in episode 7. The hard deadline for you to get your questions to us is 5 PM, that's UK time, on Saturday the 5th of August, as we'll be recording episode 7 that evening. So yeah, get them in. So yeah, before we get back into this episode, a brief recap of what brought us to this point. Our characters Pronce, Bork and Enothe travelled to the small town of Erivale and en route came across a cottage under attack by goblins. They dispatched them and rescued a young girl, eventually delivering her to her uncle, a watchman in the town. Asking around, they found out that several of the town's children had gone missing throughout the previous week and deduced that maybe the girl that they had rescued was another intended abductee. They spoke to the father of the first missing child before heading out of town to investigate some abandoned farm buildings, and coming across a hunter, he told them that the woods had been taken over by a goblin tribe, most likely the source of the goblins that they fought earlier. So, under the cover of darkness, our adventurers set off into the forest. After some searching, they found the goblin encampment in the shadow of a hillside and managed to draw away and dispatch some of the goblin forces. We left off with them preparing to sneak into the camp and attack the remaining goblins. So yeah, thanks again for listening. Let's get right into the episode. Okay, so Enothe, you kind of loop around having had a look previously at the goblin camp. You know you've got a spot kind of picked out where you wanted to loop around. So approaching the camp from the other side, you now get a good look into it. Definitely less goblins. They're quite spread out, the ones that are there. But they don't really seem to be like on high alert or whatever. It's not like the other ones wandering off to look at the light caused a big ruckus, really, from what you can tell. But you do notice that 2 of the goblins who are remaining do seem to be slightly larger. You put them more on par with the guy that you set fire to in the cottage, sort of thing. But you definitely thinned the numbers out a lot. So Bork and Pronce, you approach, as you say, quite close together from the other side. You haven't really got any way of communicating with Enothe at this point to coordinate anything, but you also sort of get this sort of quite good look into the camp. For listeners at home, we've now got our Photoshop map up. So this again, I'll be posting this whenever the episode goes up. I've had a comment about it'd be good to get the maps up at the same time, so I'm going to try and do that. So yeah, I think let's roll initiative again. This time, you guys will have surprise on them. They haven't noticed you coming or anything, but it'd be good to get these initiatives out of the way first.
Okay.
So,
I got a 12.
12? 10.
13.
13. Okay, that's fairly straightforward to keep track of.
But it's plus... so I got 16. Sorry,
16.
With plus.
So 12 for you, Pronce, 10 for you, Bork.
Yeah.
Okay, so as it happens, just a little peek here, you guys have some quite higher initiative compared to these guys, who just mainly seem to be just kind of chilling out, really. They're not on any kind of alert, like I said. So you guys, with the element of surprise, managed to encircle the camp. Enothe, what would you like to do as going first in the surprise round? Where the surprise round works, you all act, then we go back to the start of the initiative order.
Oh, okay. So I can see which enemies at the moment.
I'd say from where you're at, you can sort of see, just through a narrow gap in the trees, one of the goblins is just sort of leaning up against a tree. He seems to be urinating, actually. You can't see the second of the regular goblins. He's definitely line of sight blocked. You can see the bugbear, which seems to be by the campfire, and the two large goblins you can just about see.
Okay, I'm going to take aim at the bugbear.
Sure.
And try and shoot him.
Sure, okay, go for it. You've got advantage because it's complete surprise.
Yeah, so we got 20.
Is that natural 20?
That's 15
plus 5.
So I'll try again.
Try again, just to see if you get anything better.
14, so 20.
Yeah, okay, well, it's a hit.
Okay.
So this is the sneak attack damage, so...
Yeah, so we're going to roll the d6. I got 6 plus 5, so 11, and then I roll for sneak attack. It's 5, so it's
16 total?
Yeah.
So he's kind of sat there by the by the fire. He's actually sat down as well. He's kind of like in front of the fire, kind of... Suddenly this arrow just... and he looks down at his like chest and sees this arrow sticking out of it, and he's like... He takes a beat and he's like... sort of looks up and around and then realises he's got an arrow stuck in his chest. Now, he's definitely still alive, but... nice shot.
Thank you.
Are you going to do any movement at all or anything?
This is a surprise one, right?
This is surprise. Basically, the way surprise round works is you guys get a whole round of actions and then the combat starts as normal. Reaction. Yeah, without them being able to act at all. Yeah. So we sort of like, if we were going through the order, we would then skip over theirs.
Yeah.
So
do we maintain advantage when we attack them in the next round?
No.
Okay, so if I hide, could I get advantage back?
You could.
Okay, I'm going to hide as my bonus action then.
Sure. Make another stealth check.
We got 13.
13. Okay, not great, but...
Not my best.
Yeah.
But, I hit him, so I'll take it.
It's not bad. You doing any movement?
No.
Nope, staying where you are.
Yep.
Okay, next up, Pronce, what would you like to do?
I would like to move closer to that tree that's to the south.
The large one there?
Yeah, so I've got vantage on... I can still see what's going on with those enemies, but...
Okay, so you've got 30 feet of movement. You can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
If I can see what's...
That's kind of a tree sort of route type there, so you're sort of... You've got a fairly decent view of most of what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one of them did Enothe hit?
Actually, you might be better kind of going there and being behind the root if you wanted to.
Okay, yeah.
The large fallen tree is blocking your view of one of the bigger goblins, but from where you're at, you can see. You can't see the smaller goblin urinating. You can see the other smaller goblin, which is by a pile of deer and other animal carcasses. Mm-hmm. You can just about see the bugbear, which Enothe's just shot. And I'd say, you can see in the firelight on the other side of it, the other sort of larger goblin.
Okay. As this is an extra attack, and I feel like it's served me well so far, I want to firebolt the goblin that's next to the pile of bodies and...
Sure, yeah, go for it. Okay, roll your...
So, to hit... Ooh. 4.
You get to roll another one, because we've got advantage.
Advantage, you're right. 18.
That's it. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah.
Right, so hit him with that, and then it's D10, which was...
Well, there's 18 plus your thing as well, remember.
Plus 5 on those anyway.
Him.
Yeah, you've hit him with an 18 plus 5.
Got
yeah.
Hot.
Okay.
Got hot.
Okay.
This is a D10, isn't it?
D10. It's about to get
hot. 6. Oh, no, sorry,
9. I think, is that plus 5?
Plus 5.
Plus 5, so 14. Yeah, you just straight up burn him to death. Like with it burns like a neat hole in the front of his chest. As he was kind of by the bones, he's just kind of hanging out. maybe picking over, trying to find a little bit of extra meat, and he looks up to see the bugbear get hit by an arrow and goes, and then this firebolt just comes out of nowhere and just catches him right in the chest and just burns right through. It stops at his spine, but it's kind of
very well.
Yeah, it is going very well.
And then for my bonus turn, I'd like to turn around to Bork and do my customary thumbs up. Like, you saw that, right?
Yeah, he's back.
One of those rare occasions where Francis' thumbs up was actually perceived as
it was warranted.
Awesome, yeah.
It was more. Was it kind of like a Fonzie, like, hey?
Absolutely, it's
who's the
definitely
man?
like
what has two thumbs?
There's like a smoke coming off of your thumbs.
And sets fires.
Yeah. Okay.
That guy.
That goblin's dead.
Bork, what would you like to do?
I'm far away at this point. I don't really do long distance stuff.
No.
Regardless, even when I'm doing short distance, it's just as bad. I'm gonna go and just make a dart straight down to the left of Pronce, just round that large tree.
Okay. Are you using your action as a dash to double your movement then?
Yeah, I think
you
so,
can only move 25 feet otherwise. So.
Yeah, I think I'll dash it.
You're kind of looping round then.
Oh yeah, I want to.
You're saying serpentine.
The fallen tree.
Sounds like a plan. That's kind of your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the surprise round. Now, the good thing about surprise rounds, you caught them by surprise. You all have higher initiative than them anyway, so you all get to act again before they can do anything.
sweet.
And you're hidden, so yeah.
Get that
It's
advantage.
back to you. You're getting that advantage.
I'm going to shoot the bugbear again.
Go for it.
First roll. Fucking hell. 23.
20 odds a hit.
I'm
That'll
going to
do.
roll that again.
You might get a crit.
Oh, true. I didn't. I got 19. I got 24.
That's close. Yeah, but not quite good enough.
And then roll for damage.
Damage.
I got 7.
7. Okay, and then your sneak attack.
1d6 plus 3.
So what did you get on the dice?
So yeah, 5.
5. So that's 8 regular damage.
No, I got 2 on the dice, so it would have been 5 in total.
Okay, right, follow you. Yeah, sorry.
And 1.
5 and 1, so 6.
Yeah.
Not quite as good, but
But
it all helps.
he took some damage.
He did. Second arrow hits him in the shoulder. He hasn't stood up yet. He hasn't had a chance. He just basically sat there and just thunk. Thunk.
He's still alive?
He's still alive.
Terrifying.
These bugbears, they've got more health than the regular goblins do.
I got cocky with the first one that died. I'm going to use my bonus action to hide again.
Sure.
Yes, we like that. And roll this time an 11.
11. Okay. Like they've got more health, but like the XP rewards are much bigger.
Yeah.
So
We're going to level up.
Yeah.
That's the aim, guys.
this is your equivalent of grinding. Following the story until you get enough XP to load up, level up.
It's the dream.
Okay. You're not moving at all still? You're just...
No, I'm just going to stay hidden there.
Okay. Just kind of...
Yep. Thwash!
This is some Metal Gear.
I've just got this image of my cat ledge on the carpet.
Yeah, so
He's
you're
like
kind of...
hunting me
Are
from
you
the
sort of
carpet.
like splayed out on all fours, just kind of like in the dark with
Yeah.
your hood up and everything? Yeah, sure.
Batmaning.
I'm into it.
In honour
It's
of
good.
Adam West.
Great work, old chap. Okay, Pronce, it's your go. What would you
Right.
like to do?
From my viewpoint, I can only see the bugbear right now. Is that true?
You can see that guy there as well. You can't see that goblin or that goblin.
Oh, okay, I'm going to aim for the one that's past the bugbear. I've seen that the bugbear's got 2 arrows in his chest already. I feel like he's probably being handled. If nothing else, he's probably not going to come in my direction because he's going to look at where those arrows have come from, and probably that, even if he's stupid, that thing's going to be thinking about where he needs to look.
An interesting deduction. Worth a go.
Could be true.
Yeah.
I might be talking about.
I cannot confirm or deny.
So I will just fire a firebolt at the goblin that I can see.
The one on the other side of the fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will shoot through the fire.
Okay. So he is staring in like a little bit of shock at the 2 arrows that have suddenly appeared in the bugbear who sat across from him.
Okay.
So, you're firebolting him?
Yep, firebolting. Ooh, I got a 4 to hit.
So 9.
9.
That is a miss, I'm afraid. You don't have advantage on this because you're not hidden anymore. Nope. So, yeah, it kind of flies by his head and just sort of burns itself into the sort of rocks and that around the cave mouth
Okay.
at his back.
I'm going to aim for the one that's past the bugbear. I've seen that the bugbear's got 2 arrows in his chest already. I feel like he's probably being handled. If nothing else, he's probably not going to come in my direction because he's going to look at where those arrows have come from, and probably that, even if he's stupid, that thing's going to be thinking about where where he needs to look. in this moment, then, for my extra turn,
You can move and you've still got your bonus, remember?
I think I'm going to stay put because this seems like a fairly decent kind of like hiding place, if nothing else.
Sure, okay, yeah.
So
you're behind a sort of big kind of tree spur. I mean, I'd give you cover for that.
yeah,
So-
that seems like a good place to stay, just in case they got bows and arrows.
Yeah.
Just to set this off, I'd like to send Apollonia into like the little camp now to like draw the attention of the remaining goblins.
Okay, sure.
Now there's no marker on the screen to show it.
There isn't, but we'll just imagine this.
I'd like to put it as close to the bugbear as possible, like
Okay, so
not
it's
within
sort of-
striking range,
Sort of
but
swooping in kind of over that way, sort of thing.
yeah, somewhere around there is good, just so that it's sort of like it's enough to draw the attention of the goblins that are in the camp.
Okay.
That's the point.
Sure, okay.
So
Fair enough. Yeah. Bork, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna push forward. Can I dash again as my own target?
Sure, yeah.
I would like to go up as close. Well, how close can I get to the that fallen tree?
That fallen tree, okay, so you can go 50 feet, so pretty much get up to it.
That's what I'd like to do for this move.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I'm still too far away to really make any kind of.
Yeah,
worthwhile
you're kind of
action.
doing
It's,
the long game of running around.
It is.
Yeah.
But I have something coming, so don't worry.
Okay, good to
I have
know.
plans.
Good to know. Okay, right, so...
Beautiful.
Assassin's Creed
It's
drop
gonna
on
be-
Yeah, no, you guys are actually tactically thinking this time, which is good.
this time.
well, I didn't set fire to everything straight away.
I was going to say, I
so
love
we
that
got-
you guys, you mean Pronce hasn't set fire to all the things.
For once, it looks like a strategic attack,
And he
not
hasn't
just
stolen
an
any
arson
owlbears.
attack.
Yeah, you're dividing and conquering.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah.
Rather than just burning a car.
Yeah.
Out,
Okay. So up next,
warfare.
the goblin which was urinating on the tree reacts. He's seen the arrows. He's seen the firebolt come across and miss his compatriot. He doesn't know where you are because there is a tree in the way, but he does see Apollonia flying through from the direction you're in, so he has kind of deduced sort of where you're at, but he's very distracted by this bird.
I should expect so. It's a beautiful, majestic beast.
He is going to move sort of towards where Apollonia is. I'm trying very hard to talk into the microphone while not talking.
You're trying to look at this.
Yeah, I'm trying to not be faced away from my microphone while I'm doing this. So he's going to move towards the centre of the camp. That's kind of his movement. You can now see him, but as he looks around, he does also get a look at you.
Okay.
You can just see the cogs kind of turning in his head as he thinks, what's the threat? A dove or the pointy hat man?
I hope it's a really stupid goblin.
I am actually going to roll an intelligence check with this guy, just because of your plan of
goblin, stupid
I'm going to send him in
goblin.
just to see how distracted he is, because
I
this
would
is all
love it.
catching him off guard. Okay, he wheels around and he's like, "There's a man over there with a pointy hat, but this bird is clearly the imminent danger."
Yes!
So he's going to roll to shoot at Apollonia with his bow. And miss quite badly.
Yes!
Apollonia doesn't have a high armor class,
No,
but I roll pretty low there. And if Apollonia goes to a 0 HP, she dissipates until you redo it. But she misses.
It'll be a worthy sacrifice.
Yeah. The bugbear at this point stands up, looks down the arrows, and looks around. And from where he's at, he could sort of glimpse you again, Pronce, but you're not the one throwing arrows at him. So he can't see you. No. So I'm going to make a perception check to see if he can see you.
Yeah.
You've only got 11 on your stealth, right? Yeah. He does just about notice the red of your cloak, and starts stumping towards you. He hasn't got any ranged attack that he can throw at you at this point, or at least he's not remembering the javelin strapped to his back. Because he stumps towards you at full speed.
And he's a little distracted.
He's a little distracted.
By the 2 arrows.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't be? Okay, so he spends his move coming towards you. Okay. We're now on to the other 2 goblins. One of them has definitely seen you firing a firebolt at him. He seems to be a little bit smarter than his friend and does start sprinting towards you. Not happy about the firebolt.
I should think
He does have to go round his campfire though.
he's not that angry that he's willing to run through a fire to get to me.
No, like I say, he's a little bit smarter than his compatriot. The other one as well hasn't noticed you yet, Bork.
Good.
But does see
You
where
will see.
the others are sort of running to. From where he's at, he can't see you, Pronce, but he does see the bugbear get off and head towards Enothe. So I'm going to see if he sees you as well. Yes, he does. So not the best stealth
Shit's
throw
going
you.
down,
Yeah.
guys.
So they seem to be fairly evenly split between you guys, based on this hiding among the trees and splitting yourselves up. Actually, is turning out to be quite a good plan.
We did.
Yeah.
The thing.
That is their go. So Enothe, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna.
You got an angry bugbear heading towards you.
I'm gonna take aim at the bugbear again.
Yeah, you won't have stealth attack, sneak attack this time,
That's fine.
but you can totally shoot him.
Yep. We're gonna hope for the best.
Well, we're going to see if you can shoot him.
We're gonna go for it. I got 16.
16 will hit.
Okay. No sneak attack damage. This time. I got 9.
9. So yeah, final arrow. You take him down. How are you?
Whack.
Thwack. Again, you go for a headshot
Through the throat.
through the throat. Oh,
Yeah.
so he's kind of lumbering towards you like, and then this arrow catches him in the throat. And he's and down he goes. Down I go.
Weird that he's a lot like Mole Man.
He is a little bit like Mole Man. So that was
That was another successful shot.
another successful trip.
I'm gonna move. Am I gonna move?
Yeah, the other one can see you now. Remember,
I can't just go into hiding randomly, can I?
I mean,
I
you
don't
can,
need to
you can
move cover.
try, but you need to find some cover. Really,
Okay, I'm gonna move behind so that there's a tree in between me and all the other goblins.
sure. You're going to have to move towards the goblin to do
I'm
that.
fully aware of this.
Okay,
It's an audacious move.
just going for the nearest tree.
Yeah.
Hiding.
Yeah.
Okay,
We got 17.
17, a little bit better. I've got on my sheet of paper. I've got a little Enothe stealth tracker.
Constant stealth.
I was like, I'm not going to remember it. Better to
Fair
do.
enough.
Okay, Pronce, what would you like to do?
I'm
You
going to
got-
stay put because really it seems foolish to go barging in on this stuff.
There's the one goblin kind of trying to shoot Apollonia, and then there's the other slightly more menacing goblin who's clearly noticed you and is walking towards you.
Well, I care deeply for that bird, so I'd like to take aim at the goblin that's currently attempting to go for it.
Yeah, he's going for your bird. You can't play that shit.
Defend my bird.
Yeah.
More and more English all the time.
Get away from my bird, you mug.
Let's see. 2 hits. We got a 15 plus 5, so yeah, I hit him.
That'll do it. Yeah.
And
Sorry, I was just taking a drink then.
for damage, we have 3 plus 5, 8.
8. Yeah. I mean, you blow the side of his head off with your firebolts.
I'm just tearing
He's
through
fucking with
these
your.
guys.
He's fucking with your bird, man.
Damn straight.
And you've actually been quite conveniently going for the lowest health guys, but like
But it's been working.
it's been working. Yeah, there's less people.
So I've played enough RPGs to know you take out the trash mobs first.
It's a good strategy.
This shit shows the difference in our strategies and RPGs. I'm like, big guy, fuck that guy.
Nah, man, trash mobs often they'll do as much damage as the big guys, and they're easy to kill.
It's just my general. I guess I play more action RPGs than anything, so I tend to go for
Yeah.
the biggest thing and just dodge everything else. Dark Souls.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so you while back on topic, so you've taken that guy out. You can't do any more spells this time, but you do have your movement and bonus. So I need to stop
I would
clicking that.
like to place Apollonia between Enothe and those other goblins as a kind of like, I'm really trying hard to distract here again.
Sure, yeah, no, it's again not a bad plan. Again, no marker on here, but we'll just say she's kind of hanging out between those trees.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, if anything, actually is kind of signposting Enothe, but like
Well, they
it
know
could
that
be a
he was in
distraction.
that direction.
Yeah, yeah, they you can't see you, but like they've lost track of you. Okay, Bork, what would you like to do? Is your plan coming to fruition?
It's coming nearly. So I'm running at this tree.
Uh-huh.
I'm coming in a little blind. I don't know what's on the other side of the tree.
Sure.
I'd like to make a scramble up the tree. As I hit the precipice, I see the goblin that is coming round.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to leap, taking out my longsword,
I like it.
and I drive down right into his collarbone, straight into his chest.
You can try your best. Yeah. Okay. Well, the first thing I'm going to need for that, because you are a short man, is quite a large tree.
But agile.
Yeah, but agile. I am going to need a climb check, like an athletics check from you to see how your launch goes.
Okay. So athletics, I've got a +5.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
You know.
I was meant to be a D20.
That was
Yeah.
Oh, right.
That's a D12.
Maybe roll
Yeah.
a dice that gives you better odds.
I was so lucky I didn't roll a 19.
19. I mean,
24.
yeah, you are. You. As soon as you saw that down log, you had this plan in your mind. Like, I'm going to vault the fuck off of that.
I vaulted a toilet and outhouse earlier. I'm gonna vault a train.
Like this is your deal. Like, you know, as a younger man,
Yeah.
you once liked to vault off of tall objects, and now you're an adventurer. Now that
You know when you see like videos of goats that just like
Yeah,
hop
yeah.
off of walls and stuff. That's
is it like they're climbing up vertical slopes?
Parkour goats.
absolutely.
Yeah, the
Parkour goats.
Yeah, that's your spirit animal.
Bork is basically a parkour goat. Parkour Bork.
So I've made it up. I've looked
Parkour Bork.
Parkour.
Episode title. Okay, you make it
because I'm in range as well.
You are in
I'm
range.
mid-air.
Go for it. I'll give you advantage on this as well, just because of how fucking cool it is.
This has got to work, right?
You just roll the D20 twice.
Roll it twice and take the higher number.
Okay. 9.
Do it again.
15.
Don't count. Do it again. It's on the table.
Cold.
11.
Plus your
Plus
attack.
my attack, which is plus 5.
Plus 5.
So it's 16.
16. Yeah, 16 will hit. Just.
So you get to do the damage roll.
You do the damage roll. Yeah.
Which is an 8 plus 3.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
Yes.
Everyone's on bated breath. 5, so 8.
8 total. That's not a bad shout.
Okay.
You do stab him up. Quite good. But he is still standing.
Oh,
He's a little
This
bit.
image of Bork just...
that's what I'm doing.
You kind of, in my head, you've vaulted and you go like, ah! Oh, sorry, hit my microphone then. Apologies. You've jumped, you've gone, ah! And landed and stabbed him, and he's just there like, ow!
Yeah, but it looks cool. So.
And you're like, you're right. No, it did look cool, and like
what I
you
needed.
earned that advantage because that was good use of the terrain and stuff. And
That was super cool.
I'm giving it out for coolness points at this point, you know. Okay,
That's my
so he
action
took
done.
8 points of damage. Alrighty. It is now the goblin's turn, the two of which are remaining. So, the one that is heading towards you, Enothe, I'm actually going to have him see if he's been distracted by
By the
Apollonia. Yeah.
Be feathered.
No, he's very much focused on you still.
Doesn't mean you can see me.
He can't see you, you're behind a tree, but he's going to keep moving towards the last place he saw you. Whose footprints are these? A surveillance camera. And so forth.
Etc.
It's really hot still, guys. I realise it's probably last episode that I made that joke at this point. But like,
It's the same day
still
for us.
really hot.
The same long day. It's so warm. I've moved onto the side of the fucking sofa.
so he moves. As he moves through the trees. I'm going to have him make a perception check to see if he sees you. He does not. Your stealth up against the tree has worked, and he is now looking very confused as you have apparently disappeared into the forest.
Secretly, I'm just like this against the tree.
Like that, like in Spider-Man 1, where Toby,
Yeah.
like he's underneath the balcony,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
That's what I'm doing. All up in the tree, like.
Hoping a drop of blood doesn't
Shit, son.
fall onto
Yeah.
this goblin's being played by
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe. Okay, the other one is in combat with you, Bork, so he is going to take a mighty swing at you.
Oh, bring it.
I like your confidence. But I'm pretty sure that's a hit. Because your armor class is 19 and not 21.
You're not wrong. You nearly made it through combat without getting hit, Borg.
Thanks.
So you take 6 points of damage
Okay.
as he stabs you. He wasn't happy about you stabbing him. So, I mean, fair play.
Mm-hmm.
That's his turn. Okay, Enothe, it's your go.
Okay, I'm going to try and shoot the goblin
Yeah, you have an advantage on this because he can't see you.
up in the trees.
Up in the trees.
Not dripping
Yeah.
blood on William Dafoe. He's a scary man.
Yeah.
Okay, so 24.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I'll try again. 25. Natural
So,
crit.
Natural 20. Okay, so this is where it gets ridiculous. So
Do all the damage.
roll your dice and double everything that's on dice. So that's your original. So what's that?
6 plus 3.
Okay, so that's
9.
12 plus 3,
So that's 15.
15. That's your base damage.
Plus sneak attack.
Plus the sneak attack damage, which
Which
you're
is
also
soft
going to
dex.
do.
3.
3.
So it's 18.
18 total. Okay, so that was a good hit. Wait, no, you had 15 and then
3. Oh, do I roll the sneak attack? The
double the sneak attack. You double all the dice to 21. So this guy, yeah, he walks around the tree and he kind of looks at where you last were, and he's like, and he turns his head, and just as he catches sight, like his vision gets into focus, just in time to see an arrow go right in between his own eyes and come out the back of his head. And you look super cool while doing it.
Did the thing.
and nobody saw it.
The crowd cheers.
So am I still hidden then? Because I killed.
Yeah, you're still hidden.
I'm just gonna stay there. Then.
Yeah.
I'll pop out in a second. I'm just gonna be like, that was fucking cool, guys.
Thank you.
Apollonia might have seen it, but you're not looking through Apollonia's eyes, so
But Apollonia knows.
you have no idea.
I'll take it.
Although
the spirits are aware.
You can contact her psychically, so I'm going to say, because she acts independently of you, so technically I'm in control of her really, unless you tell her what to do. You get like a little nudge of like, oh, they just killed one.
Yay!
It was badass. Badass.
Okay, yeah, I mean that was the exact amount of damage you needed to kill him, so good work.
Perfect.
Yeah. Pronce.
Okay. Well, now that I'm fully aware that what's just happened, I'd just like to shout out. I can't see him, but I know he's out there somewhere. I'm going to shout out, "Good work, Enothe!"
Gonna shoot Pronce.
Now that I've got that out, I can't see bugger all from where I'm standing.
Not really.
Now,
You can get to a place that you can.
That's what I'm thinking. Is like completely unaware of what's really going on over there anymore. In fact, no. Pronce is too cowardly to go looking because I know there was more going on, and Bork's jumped over. I must have seen him jump off of that log or something. Surely.
Or no, actually, to be honest, from where you were at, you were kind of firing at that guy.
Okay.
So I would say that was it's dark. It was kind of in your peripheral. There's a fire in between, so you've got you heard some clashings, but you don't really know what's going on there.
Okay. Well, just because Pronce isn't one for jumping into action, I'm going to take direct control of Apollonia now.
Okay.
And so I'm going to hunch down by the tree.
Does that not take a minute?
You tell me.
I've got a vague memory of that.
If it takes a minute, I'm not going to do it.
You've got to concentrate.
I think it takes time.
You can't just drop in and out of it.
I know the
turn by turn.
initial summoning was the part that took time, but I don't know about this other.
Hang on, wait a sec.
It's your time.
No. You can do it as an action. Yes. It lasts until the start of your next turn.
Sweet. Right. Okay. So, hunching down by the tree then, so that I'm not just going to pass out and hit my head on it.
Yeah.
Take control of Apollonia, and Apollonia. I take a little look around and obviously assess the situation. There's only one enemy left, and Bork's kind of got his sword stuck into him or something. Something's happening.
They're having a sword fight. Let's put it that way.
I'm just going to fly over as Apollonia and kind of hover around the fight as it's occurring. I'm getting a brilliant camera view of this.
Yeah, you're like the.
That's it. I'm just taking it in.
Yeah,
now,
the BBC Sport coverage of the fencing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm fairly confident that you're going to be able to handle this. That's my turn.
Okay, Bork, are you confident you'll be able to handle this?
I mean, I didn't see past the tree move, so...
Yeah. You're like, I thought this would be the end of it.
Yeah. I really felt that I was coming out. And, from here...
I mean, just carry on swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
you might as well.
buried into him, so...
I mean, well, you stabbed him, and we'll just say...
you stab.
Yeah, you can keep, attacking.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm above... Yeah, let's keep going for the neck.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, he's taller than you, but
But have I landed on him?
I took it as you kind of landed next to him, sort of coming down into him, sort of thing.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be a case of going for the legs.
Yeah, you can sweep the leg.
Oh, mate.
That's not a good roll, is it?
It's a 2.
It's a 2. Oh, well, it's not a critical fail.
It's a Bork roll.
It's a
The thing is, I have luck, so if I'd rolled a 1 in attack, I could have had the ability to re-roll the dice, but I didn't roll a 1.
You didn't.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Swinging a bit.
You're lucky so bad we can't even use
luck.
Yeah.
I bet you would have gotten a 20 on the reroll as well, but we'll never know. So fair enough.
Not test that.
Upon seeing this through Apollonia's eyes, there's sort of a moment of consternation of oh,
It's not what I hate.
Like,
I
like
thought he
prior,
had this.
prior to the attack, you're like, he's got this, and then you're like, oh wait, maybe you don't get this. Okay, it is the goblin's go. He's going to take
I
a.
had the best of intentions,
Yeah.
guys.
All you wanted to do was murder a goblin, and it's
That's
been
it.
taken from you.
That is it.
Yeah. He misses you on the swing back though, so
I'm sure.
it's fine.
Very ineffective fight.
Yeah, this is one
A
of the.
lot of swinging
This is not one of the ones for the ages, really.
compared to the other ones.
Yeah. Okay, we're back up to Enothe.
Cool. So yeah, I'm going to come around the tree and see that the goblin's fighting Bork, and I'm going to take aim at the goblin.
Go
See
for
if I
it.
can continue this incredibly lucky
Yeah,
streak.
you've got a really good streak going with this.
Well, I'm still hidden as well, so I'm going to take the most of that and
Yeah.
go for it. Yeah, so I got 22 on the first roll, 24 on the second roll.
Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, you're rolling really high. I mean, that was. Yeah,
You're
it's not a
insane.
crit, but like that's good. You know,
I'm happy with
You're
this.
the MJ
You're getting your.
of
Basically, you don't even need to be
rolling.
hidden to get sneak attack damage if someone else is in combat with them.
Oh, okay.
It's just when you've got advantage,
Oh, okay.
and you count as flanking the enemy if you're attacking when they're already attacking
sweet.
someone else.
That's good to know.
So you didn't necessarily need to hide to get that, but you were hidden.
Yeah, just what
Yeah.
I was. Okay.
Again, this might be counting as house rules, but it's
I
how it
got
was played.
6, and then plus sneak, so that's 6 in total.
6 in total,
And then plus the
and-
sneak attack. I got 10 damage.
10 damage total.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Shot him in the back. He's looking pretty blooded, but this guy seems to be kind of hard.
I'm gonna, as my bonus action, can I shout and tell him to stand down? Can we try and threaten him?
You can try.
I mean, he's taking a lot of damage. We've just slaughtered all of his friends in front of him. So I'm going to try and do that.
You can try. Okay, are you, what are you actually going to say? Like, are you trying to intimidate
That's
him?
what I'm doing. I'm just looking at that, you know. It's just
Yeah, I mean, like, not in terms of skills, I mean,
Oh,
it
right,
will
okay.
ultimately be in terms of skills, but, like, are you just trying to persuade him down, or are you trying to...
I'm going to try and intimidate him down.
Sure, okay.
I'm going to say,
Suck
we've
my-
killed all your friends. You're the only one left. Don't think you can win this fight.
Okay.
Stand down. Very quickly.
Okay. Make an intimidation check.
Oh, this is horribly wrong. I got 10.
I mean, he doesn't. He's got the bloodlust in his eyes. He doesn't even really seem to hear you. He's
No.
he's just been shot. Him and Bork are having a bit of a slash and match.
I'll just shoot him.
It's
It'll be fine.
yeah, it's kind of he doesn't even get a flicker in his eyes
Okay.
from this.
It's,
Well, not that you can see that, but Bork, you can see that.
yeah. You're like, didn't help.
Jack, thanks for trying.
Good try. Good try. Okay, Pronce.
Right. Knowing what's going on now and feeling like I need to step into this situation to do something about
Sure.
it, Franz will approach the end of the tree stump
Mhm.
so that you can get an angle on this, and we're going to go for the classic Firebolt because it's just been serving me
It's
so
kind
well
of
so
kind of
far.
that's your classic move.
signature move.
Yeah.
So,
Classic France.
Oh, that's a
hit.
classic Pronce.
I think I'm missing
Even
that
with your
one.
bonus, yeah, it's a 9. Yeah, that's not going to do
You
it.
said he gets advantage because he's currently in.
I don't. That doesn't. Oh, that's a good point. Does that work with spells? Let's double check.
You look at me like I can answer the question.
France?
That was half to
You're the
myself.
wizard, right? You can tell me.
That was half to myself. Because I don't know. I know it works with like melee and ranged. I
Yeah.
don't know if it works with spells. I think that would be a good idea. Just double check.
I guess would be yeah, but you never know.
You know, what, I'm just going to house rule it and say yeah. You know, because you're flanking.
Okay.
It works with that. Why not? I mean, we'll just because Bork's keeping in place. Let's
And he's been shot in the back.
narratively so. He's been. You know, he's kind of pinned in one place. You've got a little. It's not like he's a moving target so much.
Okay. Feels like I'm due for a critical failure. No, 15.
15, so 20 to hit.
20
Yeah, that's
to
a hit.
So that's
Yeah.
alright. And for the damage, we have 6.
6. I mean, yeah, he was pretty bloodied already, and you just finished him off. So good work.
Finished him.
Bork only got hit once.
Good work. Okay, we are out of combat again. I'm gonna figure out. Oh no, it should be pretty easy to figure out because I took 300 points off of the other one. I don't. Yeah. You get 233 each from this one.
On top of what we had already.
Yes,
So we're at 500.
that's my brain going divide 700 by 3. You can see how it works out though. Like smaller groups are going to have a harder time, but they're going to get more XP, and like larger groups are probably walk through in a turn or two, and you know, but then they're each not getting quite as much. So it makes sense. It's So what's your total is 700?
It's 768.
768.
768.
Yeah.
You are not quite at the level up point.
Damn
You
it.
need to get to 900.
Can I kill Pronce to level up?
That's a very good question. Can you?
What does the book say?
Oh, this could be a very...
I'm not going to try.
Very nasty
I'm not going to
turn.
try and kill Pronce.
Very nasty turn for our group after so much success.
We've done so well. It's only us to remain.
Makes it
Yeah.
sound odd.
But I must get stronger.
Yeah. Okay. So at this point, you're just all collecting yourselves in silence. You're like, "Are we good? Are we good?" You know, that kind of look
Yeah.
to each other. You do hear from the cave mouth a loud voice shout, "Stop! I will not fight anymore." You look round. There is a large... He looks related to goblins, but he's holding himself in slightly more civilized manner. Can I get an intelligence check if anyone wants to sort of see if they can identify him?
Take a swing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even chance it.
You can try. You might-
18 plus 3, 21.
okay. You recognise this as a hobgoblin, which are, by the name, slightly different to your regular goblins. But you know from your book learning that hobgoblins are generally, they're a little bit more kind of civilized. They're very much still not good creatures, but they are sort of very martially oriented. They're very proud, sort of thing. But this one seemed, you would guess from the way he's holding himself, maybe was the leader of the goblin tribe.
Okay. So Pronce just in that moment turns to the guys, it's a hobgoblin, it's a little bit more intelligent than the other ones.
Yeah. Says, "You have killed my men. What do you want from me?"
We've come here because we heard that you were hunting all of the creatures, and we want to know whether or not you were taking the town's children.
Okay. Make a persuasion check for me.
Oh, fucking 4.
4. There is you notice a little kind of look in his eyes when you say about the children, but he says, "There are no children here.
Anyone else want to try?
Did I-
asking him?
That's because you ate them all.
We do not eat your kind, little man."
Oh. Fighting words.
I like the vague sarcasm. Oh.
I should be playing it way cooler for somebody who can't fight.
Pronce puts an arm out as if to say, like, whoa, cool it down.
She's not worth it, Dave. She left you.
Call your jets on a shot.
Hold my beer.
So, in character, Pronce says to him then, "You got a look in your eye there. I saw it when we said the children. And you may say there are no children here, but where are the children? You seem to know."
Children of the corn.
Make a persuasion check. I know you're not...
I have plus nothing, so 14 is my basic.
14. Okay.
Better than
Yeah. He says, "I guess there is no point now that you have slaughtered my tribe. We were paid by a human to kidnap children and deliver them to him. There are none here."
Who paid for this heinous act? Give us the name of this man, or we will not let you live.
He did not give his name, but he promised to leave us be, let us go about our business, along with a quite considerable sum of gold. We did not ask him any more questions.
It sounds like there's somebody in this town with no morals.
Where did you take the children? You said you delivered them to him.
There is a windmill just outside of the forest.
Oh, son of a bitch.
When were you next due to make a delivery?
We were to deliver early this morning. Some of my tribe who were to kidnap this child did not return from their mission.
Yeah, we killed them too.
Well, then my hearty congratulations on a clean sweep of murdering my people.
Thanks. Don't steal children. If you give us enough gold, we'll let you live, but you have to leave this forest and go far away from this town.
There is nothing for me here now. I will leave anyway.
Okay.
And with my bugbears dead, I cannot carry much. He disappears back into the cave. this point, and when he returns, he's got a pack on his shoulder. It strikes you as a little odd after sort of these goblins have been pretty disgusting up to now. This is a sort of bit of a stark contrast. He's almost, I used the word civilized before, but he almost is sort of carrying himself more like a kind of, almost not like an adventurer like yourselves, but like he's definitely got an air of kind of competence about him that he's not expecting to be fucked with, if you know what I mean. But like he's sort of like a resignation of like he's not like gonna go into berserker rage and just sort of throw his life away at this point. He's sort of choosing the road ahead rather than anything else.
Cool. We're happy to let him go.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, he didn't kill any children by the sounds of things, and really, as he said, we've destroyed every reason for him to be here. I've every faith he'll walk off and never come back.
Okay, we're going to let him go, and then I guess we'll check out the cave.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. Okay. So the cave, as you enter it, it's dark, but as you enter, there's a couple of actual candles burning on the inside. It's not a big cave. There's been some sort of spears and stuff stacked up against one wall and you can see the goblins have kind of put spikes into the entranceway as a kind of defensive measure, but the inside is very much almost sort of set up kind of not like a bedroom, but like it's clearly like this guy, the leader had staked it as like, this is my personal space, do not, don't interfere. And you get the feeling like he would have had to have been quite a sort of force of personality to kind of keep the goblins and the bugbears in check and that, and him not being exactly the same as them, it's sort of, he must have proven his worth to kind of lead them. What are you doing? Are you sort of just gonna kind of have a look around, loot around? Okay. Make an investigation check for me.
I'm master investigator here with +5, so I got 19 + 5, 24.
Okay, so you can see some places where he's actually just picked up his stuff. He walked out with a small pack, so you guess he maybe pocketed gold that he could carry and any kind of, I mean, you wouldn't know what personal items a hobgoblin would have, but like he had what he considered essential and gone. The rest of it, you can see a couple of sort of kind of ramshackle chests, in which you find quite a lot of stuff, actually.
Okay.
So I don't know whether you want to make a note of this, just in terms of loot, because you guys might be about to be flush with some cash. Okay, so
If one of us writes it down, and then we can split it.
So you find 2 potions which aren't labelled, so you might have to find somebody to identify those for you. A pouch containing 10 gemstones. Again, you would have to have them appraised to sort of know the true value.
Cash converters.
And underneath these, there is 70 gold pieces and the equivalent of 500 silver pieces.
Boom! We are going to the pub.
Okay.
We're going to buy the pub. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, then 2 potions, 10 gemstones, 70 gold, and 500 silver. Now, I spent a diamond doing that fighting, and like that's 50 gold's worth that I spent. So I feel like I like the looks of those diamonds and pearls. Wink. So I'll take those.
Cracking deals already.
I'll take those.
I was just going to suggest we split it even.
And you guys take the gold and silver, maybe? I like the looks of those potions.
You might as well have potions, right?
You can like the look of what you want. I killed the vast majority of who we were fighting.
How dare you? I set fire to many things.
Yeah, many things. Why don't we just split it evenly?
Because there might be diamonds in those gemstones, and then I can be like chromatic aberration.
None of them really look like diamonds. I'm just going to put that out there.
Pronce doesn't realise this.
These are like
Pronce is absolutely convinced that at least one of those things must be a diamond.
Fair enough.
So
it's quite dark in here. They could be. You don't know.
Why don't we split the money, and we'll keep the gemstones and the potions as a collective thing. You can hold on to them, and whoever you find the most useful, we can dole them out to you later.
That sounds good to me. I'll put the gemstones in with the pocket pork.
You're going to put it in the other pocket.
No.
Okay. Well, we'll divvy up the gold then at off mic. So there's not a lot else in here. You do actually see a couple of small cages against the wall, both of which empty. Putting it together with the four,
Child cages.
possibly you would maybe guess that, but there's nothing in them now. Other than that, there's not a lot in here. There's kind of like a sleeping space where you would guess the hobgoblin had been sleeping, but that's now empty of any sort of comforts or whatever.
Okay. On the way out of the cave, assuming we're done in here now, just as we're walking out, my character's got +2 medicine. So I feel like I'd like to take a swing at identifying these potions. Like, as we're walking out, maybe taking a little sniff, being like, I can smell lavender, there's things in here that...
It'd be more of an Arcana check to sort of see if you can identify anything.
Well, I've got +5 Arcana.
It's worth a go.
Wonderful. I was going to say, if anybody can identify these things, surely
there is an actual spell called Identify, which would like give it for sort of thing. But you can sort of have a go and see if you get a general aura off of them of what they might be.
So, I rolled a 19.
So that's for the first one.
24. So one of them. Let's hear. What have we got?
I can't remember if it's in this book or the Dungeon Master's Guide.
What are the vague attributes that I can discern from the smell?
The first one you identify as a potion of animal friendship.
Ooh, shotgun. I'm going to ride into battle on a deer, shooting people.
I've already got a dove for a friend, so yeah, I probably don't need that one.
Potion of animal friendship, just a sort of brief rundown. It's not too common, but it's not like the most expensive potion you could find. When you drink that potion, you can cast the animal friendship spell for an hour at will, like as if it was a cantrip.
Okay.
As you sort of swirl it around, you get like a sort of... It's kind of a muddy coloured liquid, but you see some little bits of the fish scale, sort of squirrel hair, the little bits moved in, but like you definitely feel the magical aura coming off of it. Do you want to try the other one?
Let's see. Oh, I've got 19 again, so that's 24 again.
This one is... It's a little odd that you'd find it in the loot of some goblins, but you would guess they maybe stole this off of someone. This is a filter of love.
Ooh.
The next time you see a creature within 10 minutes after drinking the filter, you become charmed by that creature for an hour.
Okay, boys, so what we have here
Bestiality.
So
is two kinds of love potions, so to speak, where one of these will make animals love you, and the other one will make anyone love you.
if they drink it for an hour.
So it affects the person drinking it.
So we've got something, I don't know, we could, if we need information, this baby right here, shaking the potion, this is what we can use. Maybe we can sneak it into somebody's dinner, get them to confess their undying love. Was there anybody that you guys set your sights on in town? Anybody you want to have a little dalliance with?
We could potentially use this to get more information out of someone.
I was thinking more like fun times. But if you want to use it for like...
A little creepy, whatever.
Good reasons, but whatever.
It might be worth trying it on the captain of the guard.
I like the sound.
He seemed shifty. He was very quick to deny the fact that children were going missing, and they were dealing with a human. They didn't know who his name was. I did see him wandering around in a cloak late at night.
Would you reckon Bork, you down for this?
Sounds good to me.
To town.
Yeah.
To town.
You going via the windmill just in case you
Yes.
now that you know there's anything else there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it also might be worth just hanging out at the windmill until the morning. If they were expecting something in the morning, they might come back.
True, he said the goblin.
He meant it as like
The morning
sorry,
just gone.
Yeah, the morning just
But
gone.
it might be worth checking that out again as well.
They did say that if there's anywhere that the children might be, you'd think that we would find them nearby. As much as we didn't the first time.
I mean, you didn't see anything there. And we gave it...
There were other buildings in the vicinity.
There were the farm buildings, but I mean, based on the fact that even you guys were like, let's go to the windmill first, it might just be a convenient landmark that's near to the forest and the town.
Yeah.
Again, no hints, I'm just sort of... Yeah.
We'll check out the windmill on the way back to town then.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, takes you guys, by the time you've sort of gotten your bearings and that, it takes you a good sort of 25 minutes, half an hour to find your way back to the windmill. It's definitely... The moon is out now. It's a clear night, not a lot of cloud or anything. So as you come out of the woods, you can actually see quite well. It's sort of lighting up the fields quite well. The lights from the town still burning, but it's it's sort of midnight now. By the time you've made it sort of out and that, what time did you guys nap till earlier on in the thing?
I think we napped until it was dark, so about 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Yeah, so it's gone midnight now. It's definitely sort of the witching hour. You don't see any movement around the windmill as such, but now that you know it was a meeting place, it may be worth another once over.
I think it's worth checking out. We might find something we didn't see before. Now
Something that maybe seemed innocuous might.
Yeah, maybe check out the crates. If you didn't look in any of the crates, didn't look in any of the barrels.
I kind of hope we don't find anything in the crates.
I hope we don't either, but...
Mystery box, loot crate, let's do it.
Loot crate!
Loot crate!
It's a Funko Pop. Crap.
Oh man. Hundreds of them. Each more pointless than the last.
So we'll go back to the wind. So
okay.
Right.
Can I get an investigation check? Are you doing like a general look around, or are you checking out a specific thing, or...?
I'm going to do a general look around and then we can check out a specific thing afterwards.
Okay. Yeah. Can I get an investigation?
I got 16.
16. Okay, with an eye now of like things that might stand out, or at least now that you're thinking like, okay, somebody's been here, definitely other than us. You do, now that you're looking at it, see that you're looking at it with an eye of like, this was a meeting place. You sort of begin to sort of realise that, yeah, the path that you guys took to the windmill, if this farm was truly abandoned, it wouldn't have been quite so... it's been travelled from the town. Kind of from the direction you guys came from when you first came out this way. I mean, it sort of strikes you as a little bit more obvious now. That it's sort of... And it's not just the two of you going back and forth from the pub. Mm-hmm. This path has been trodden a few times. Other than that, the general look around... I mean, what sort of thing are you looking for in specifically, or just...
Looking for anything that looks like it's been moved recently in comparison to how old everything else is.
Okay. I mean, not really. I mean, the hatch that you guys took up to the upstairs hadn't been moved for a while, so nothing upstairs really looks like it's been kind of touched recently. Downstairs, again, you guys had to break your way in with an axe earlier to get in here. On the outside, make a survival check to see if you sort of notice any kind of plants and like tracks and things, I suppose.
19.
19, okay. After, I mean, it takes you're CSIing it, you're sort of standing over it with your hands like folded, like, what's going on here?
Have I put on sunglasses for no reason?
Have you made a pun?
No, I can't think of any puns. Oh no!
Then no, you have not. You do notice after a little while, the 19's pretty good. So you're kind of putting this together as you notice that, like, oh, okay, that path, that is a little bit more of a well-worn path towards the town. What looks like somebody might have been pacing up and down within the last couple of days not in front of the door, but kind of round to one of the sides underneath the shade of the wind arms, which you didn't really check that area out too much earlier because you were looking for windows and things. This is sort of around to one side, and there's not any windows or gaps, and it's not on the same side as the hatch earlier. So now you're looking at it with an investigator eye, you do notice, yeah, there's kind of some tracks, sort of that indicate someone was kind of pacing around here. The only other thing you notice is that some flowers that were around the base of the windmill appear to have been trampled, and then some other ones have just been uprooted. Like usually, like maybe somebody stepped on some plants, but then other ones have just been taken.
Okay. Seems a bit suspicious that the plants have been taken. I don't think that goblins would have stolen those necessarily. I didn't see any of them wearing a floral wreath or anything. Yeah, there were no leis around their necks. So maybe I'm thinking too much, but with my investigation thinking cap on, maybe the kids picked those flowers while they were here, because I don't see that anybody that's going to kidnap kids is going to be picking flowers.
True.
Then how would the kids have not run away unless it was someone they knew?
Well, if you're a 6-year-old and there's a grown man stood next to you with a club in his hand, are you going to try and run?
Kids are stupid.
Yes. You saw what that little girl was like, where she was absolutely harrowed by the goblins, and if they've been
Not to mention
kidnapped
Bork.
by goblins. Exactly. Like if you've been harrowed by these things, you're going to be left in a state of shock. I'd expect that any kids would be looking for something.
Are there any petals laying around?
Make a nature check for me.
Not in your nature. I got +5 nature. If you don't make
14.
it, I'm doing this.
14.
Are there any petals laying on the ground, like they've been picked off a flower and leading somewhere?
No,
No.
but you do recognise the type of flower as a daffodil.
We've learned a lot in this moment. I feel like the flowers may be like...
It was... No, daffodils were outside the...
Was the girl picking?
No, it was the guy... The guy whose kid got stolen first. He had flowers in his garden.
You're right.
He had them picked in a vase.
In the vase in the toilet?
In the toilet.
In the freaking toilet!
What kind of man
Your random
keeps
sexist-
flowers in his toilet?
Just because I can't roll
And
properly
he's
for a
on the
good
north
check.
side of town.
Okay, right, let's go. We know where we're headed next.
To the outhouse!
Not to the outhouse, for fuck's sake.
That's, I mean, good work. Okay, yeah,
Right.
right.
It's night. He's probably sleeping. Let's go there.
Let's try and get...
We don't have to break in, but we can scope the place
We've
out.
got to look at the very least.
And
I
have a
mean,
look
we've
in.
been here one day, people don't really know us, so
No.
yeah, let's go and check on some dude in the middle of it.
Yeah, let's go.
Anybody comes asking questions, I'll throw gold at them.
Yeah. Bill, you didn't.
We've got a fair amount of money. At
Feel like
this
you,
point.
you didn't see nothing and just pat them on the shoulder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, luckily his house is the closest one to you. It takes you again. Now you're in a hurry rather than the earlier quiet amble across the fields. You managed to get there in 5-10 minutes. No lights on that you can see at all, but the outside of the house is quiet. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm not really... I could send Apollonia out for a look, but I don't know. Do one of you guys feel like you want to climb up to look in a window, or is there anything
Well,
around
this
the
is
ground
this is,
outside?
this is like a one-story place, right? It's not like a...
No, this building actually does have 2 stories.
Okay.
And assuming he's asleep upstairs, I mean,
Well,
we don't
know-
want to break in like you say, so I guess a look through the window at least to know if he's there or not might be a good
We know
start.
that there's... I've actually got lockpicks and stuff.
Ah.
And
You got thieves' tools.
I have thieves' holes. I actually think it might be worth going in the back door. The back door also might be unlocked. It's a relatively sleepy town, and the only person this guy has to fear is probably himself, from the sounds of things.
So
I think it might
should
be
we
worth-
all go in?
No.
Is that the move?
That doesn't seem wise. You guys wait outside, and I'll give you a call.
I'll hang by the outhouse.
One of you stand by the...
You state your claim on that
One
outhouse.
of you stand by the front door. One of you stand by the back door.
Okay, which one do you want? I'll take... I guess we're here at the back door. I can't be bothered to move. You go for the front door, Bork.
Okay. All right. You're trying to break in with your thieves'
I'm gonna
tools?
try and break
Okay,
in
I'm going to
from
need do just a straight dex check. But you can add your proficiency and your dex modifier to it.
And mine.
Because if you've got thieves' tools, I'm going to assume you're proficient in them.
Okay, so where's my proficiency?
Proficiency is near the top.
Top left next to strength.
Oh, +2. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so add that and your dex modifier to it. So.
I got... I got 9.
9 total?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, are you trying the front door or the back door?
Back door.
Back door. Okay, well, luckily for you, this door was previously kicked in. So the lock is not particularly strong. It does take you a minute or 2 to get through it, but like the damage previously has weakened it a little bit. So it does, like I say, it takes you a lot longer than you'd like, but you do manage to just slyly open the back door. Again, no signs of lights in the kitchen or anything from where you can see, but yeah, you are inside.
I'm going to sneak my way through the house.
Okay, can I get just a general perception check as you go?
Yep. I rolled 20. Natural 20. So 23.
Fuck yeah. Okay. So as you make your way through the house, something weird kind of strikes you as you move from the kitchen area. Bork didn't notice this earlier when he went through to go to the toilet. But as you move through from the kitchen to the living room area, there does appear to be an odd discrepancy in the size of the rooms. Like, you step through the doorway and like There's
The wall thickness?
There's the wall is a little bit thicker in between than you would think if it was just the next room over.
Crawl space.
Yeah, you find yourself in the living room. That the wall with the slight extra thickness is the one that had the bookshelf on it earlier that Pronce checked out.
Right.
And yeah, but otherwise it looks like it should be in place, but just there's something about the dimensions that's a little bit off to you.
Okay. So we need to take
Especially with that natural 20, you're just like, this is a bit odd.
the fuck.
Yeah.
Load bearing wall.
Can I check the other rooms to make sure he's not in?
Sure,
Or if he
yeah.
is
Are you... okay, can I get a stealth check for you?
We got 16.
16, okay. You make your way sort of sneakily around the ground floor. There's no signs of him there. You do manage to make it up the stairs, again, while keeping fairly silently. You can hear from what we would guess is an upstairs bedroom a sort of soft breathing that sounds like maybe someone asleep.
I'm going to sneak back down, whisper to Bork and Pronce, and get them to come inside quietly.
Okay, sure.
So you're going to open the front door to let Bork in?
Yeah, I'm up front.
Yeah, so I'm going to open the front door, let you in, close the doors behind us, and whispering, which I'm not going to do because the microphone won't pick it up. I'm pretty sure the guy's asleep upstairs. There's something seriously weird about this room. The bookshelf, I think it might be something behind the bookshelf.
His books were very boring, I'll tell you that much.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you something about this bookshelf. It's fucking shit.
Crap selection.
No comics at all.
I
None of the
think
classics.
I think it's worth one of us being stationed upstairs to make sure the door doesn't open, and the other two of us try and quietly move this bookcase.
Bork, you do a really good job of standing and taking damage and delaying people. I feel like you might be the man suited to the task of holding this guy at the door if need be.
That does mean you'd have to help me move the bookcase.
What's your strength like?
-1.
I got +9.
So I'm gonna.
Okay, I'll tell you what. How about this? I could send Apollonia up there, and she could give me a little psychic buzz if there's something going on.
Yeah, you're in range to do that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That sounds good.
And I'm not going to help you move the bookcase, but I'll be here if something bad happens.
The laziness is legitimately impressive.
It's one of your redeeming features.
Okay.
He kind of Pronce pulls his sleeve up and reveals a noodle of an arm. And he's like, well, I can try if you want me to, but really.
So me and Bork are going to try and move the bookcase quietly.
Okay. So, you being the taller one, are you pushing or pulling, or it does seem to be.
I mean, we're taking it away from the wall, right? So
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get an athletics check from one of you?
Oh,
This is your chance, Bork.
athletics
+5.
+5.
Go on. Off the hand.
19.
Hey.
24.
24. Okay. It does appear to be quite solidly attached to the wall, but as you go to grab it, your hand, as you put it under one of the things, knocks a particular book inwards.
Classic.
There's a click, and the bookcase swings inwards, revealing a small, a very narrow passageway, but with a set of stairs leading downwards.
I'm scared. Okay, I'm going down. We're going down the stairs.
Okay.
Stealth.
Stealthily?
I've still got my stealth check.
Yeah, you're still fine.
I'm leading the pack. Those two are
Yeah, it moved quite quietly as well. You haven't it's not like you were okay, ready, set, boom, and kicked a wall in. But okay, can I get a perception check from?
Well, there's 2 other sets of eyes that we can lean on here. Bork, I feel like you don't roll enough.
10.
10.
Plus
0 on the perception, unfortunately.
Okay.
So
Should I make one as well on that basis?
You can if you like.
I got 1. 1 as
That's
well.
2 ones and a 10. Okay.
Would be 5 for me because I've got plus
Suddenly,
perception,
your
but-
eyes explode
Yeah.
and you die.
No, I mean it's quite dark down there. There's no lights at all. But as you go down the stairs, you can hear what sounds like a sort of soft sobbing, and you find yourself in a smooth stone basement. Along one wall, there is a set of cages, not unlike the ones that you found in the goblins one, but like they're not really human-sized. They kind of strike you more as like dog cages almost. But inside one of them is a sort of it takes you a couple of seconds to sort of your eyes to adjust, but there's a small boy, quite emaciated, sort of looking, sort of tattered clothing. At a guess, you might guess this was maybe one of the missing orphans. And in the centre of the room, it's a wide stone table, are 2 bodies. Both of a similar size. One of them appears to be a young boy who looks... I mean, there's a familiar resemblance to the guy upstairs. And the other body is blackened and burned from... On a closer look, it looks like spell damage of a certain type. Open. Both are dead. The boy, his neck appears to be broken. On a plinth overlooking the table is an open spell book, and lent against that is a very old-looking staff. And that's what you find in there.
I have a horrible feeling about all of this.
I think he's trying to resurrect his son.
I'm inclined to agree based on what we're looking at here and my knowledge of the arcane.
Can you check the spell book to see what it says?
Yes. Can I double
Sure,
check and see?
do an Arcana check.
Okay, so it's plus 5, 17 plus 5.
Yeah, it does look... I mean, this appears to be a very old spell book. And having a quick look, the name on the front is not the name of the guy upstairs.
Stolen spellbook, perhaps.
Perhaps.
That's what Pronce thinks immediately.
Yeah, sure. The spell it's turned to is... it seems to be kind of scribbled in handwriting. Not that recently, though. This is, again, another... This isn't a recent addition to the book, but is maybe like something that the name owner of the book was maybe experimenting with himself. And it appears to be a spell to transfer life energies from one person to another.
Yes, our suspicions have been confirmed. This spell is definitely for resurrection, for the stealing of essence from one being and giving it to another.
Yeah.
This man has been involved in the dark art of necromancy.
I think the most logical thing to do is find Lambert and bring him here.
At that moment, you feel a slight psychic twinge from Apollonia saying...
Guys,
there's signs of movement.
Something's about to happen. He's waking up. We need to get upstairs. In fact, do you want to get that boy out of the cage? Enothe.
In a tense moment.
The look of murder across your face. It's like...
Motherfucker, I tried to go on.
It was the look of, there's 2 bodies in this basement. Why don't we make it 3?
That's the life, you say? I'm going to attempt to get the boy out of the cage.
Sure.
I'm going to suggest that Bork goes to try and...
You go on
meet
ahead,
this
Bork.
guy.
I'll be right behind you.
Okay, can I get another Dex Thieves Tools check? So, just roll d20, add your Dex modifier and your thing.
20.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not a strong cage. It's clearly couldn't be opened from the inside, but yeah, you managed to get the boy out. Yeah, he's sort of semi-conscious and sort of, again, not particularly well cared for, but it does look like this isn't. He's sort of just generally malnourished.
Yeah.
And that. So yeah, you managed to free him from the cage.
And we're all going to head upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. You all enter the living room just as a night robe clad Martin Sommerfeld comes downstairs looking a little bit wide-eyed, like he's just been woken up by maybe a noise from downstairs. But he sees the 3 of you, and First, he's got this look of he goes completely pale and white and that, and freezes in place for a second before just tears start flowing, and he breaks down and just is on his knees with his head in his hands, like obviously caught in. He sees the child with you, and is clearly he knows he's rumbled.
Kick his ass.
If that's what you want to do, Bork, I'm down for it.
I'm gonna say to him, you have to come with us.
He doesn't resist at all. He's unintelligible at this point. He's just like he's just sort of he's out of it. He's just like
So we're gonna go to the town basically and find Lambert.
Yeah. Okay. It's quite late at night at this point. By the time with all the sneaking around and that, it's maybe 2:00 in the morning. There is actually, you can see as you approach the town square, a candle burning in the watch house. I take it you're knocking on the door. A sleepy-looking Lambert actually answers the door at this point, and he's quite surprised. What are you doing out this late?
We solved your children going missing problem.
Really?
Yes. It was Martin.
Yeah, Martin. Yeah.
It was Martin.
He sees you guys kind of carting at this point, and he sort of.
I'm gonna grab Martin by the scruff and throw him forwards.
He just falls down in front of Lambert, and he's not talking. He's just sort of, just tears are still flowing, and
we found his son's body. What we assume is his son's body. Spell to give life force from one to another in his basement behind a bookshelf, and this boy as well.
That's Jeremy. He's one of the orphans. We thought he was gone. We thought the goblins took him.
The goblins did take him, but they were being paid.
He looks down at Martin at this point, and you can see him putting things together of like, he paid to have my brother and sister-in-law murdered for my niece as well, and you can see the conflict on his face of like, I could just kill him, but you get the sense that Lambert's a professional, and he grabs him and says, thank you so much for this. We can sort all this out in the morning, but thank you so much. And he takes him inside to the cells. No.
So, well, look, say to everybody, well, it's done. We've saved the kid. I mean, fortunately, it looks like a few of the others have been less fortunate, and at least this man has been taken off the streets. So
I think we can go and get drunk now.
Yay! Freeze frame high five.
It's in the way that you use it.
Credits.
Yeah, that's a convenient spot to end it, I think. Yeah. And you all get. I wrote down.
The guys get to go to the bar, get trashed, be the heroes of the town. They loved us anyway because I've gotten them all on side, but now we're welcome for life in this place.
You get 1,000 XP for solving the case. So we'll call that 300 each. 335 each. Just to
335 each.
8. 6, 468 47.
Do you want me to get a calculator?
No, 73 503 803.
803.
So we're on 1103.
Alright, I'm just going to trust you because my sleep-deprived mind is far too addled for this.
Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of wrapping up our little adventure here in Erivale, isn't it? There's still some mysteries. You still don't know what the fuck that other guy was doing.
No.
There's still some questions, but that's questions to maybe be answered another time. So yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed playing Dungeons and Dragons, because
absolutely, yeah.
You haven't played before this at all. Yeah, and we've got a good 6 episodes out of it.
Yeah.
So it's good.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you very much for hosting it.
Yeah, no worries. Well, we will maybe be seeing Enothe, Bork and Pronce again in their continuing adventures now that you've hit level 3.
Yeah,
finally.
level up. Let's go kill some slimes.
But yeah, cool. Gotta get to level 4.
I'm very much down for more.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's about going to do it for this episode and story arc in general. We sincerely hope that you've enjoyed it. Tune back in next time for a bit of discussion of this story arc and the game in general between myself and the players. We always want to hear your thoughts, comments and questions about the show, and you can get in contact with us on Twitter and Facebook, both of which we are at PretendWithDice. You can also email us directly at pretendingwithdice@outlook.com. If you're listening to us on iTunes, please rate and review us as well. It really helps us find new listeners, and we just want to hear all your opinions and anything that you might have to say about the show. One last reminder too, again, that we're taking your questions for our Q&A segment in our next episode, so be sure to send those in before 5 p.m. GMT on Saturday 5th of August. So yeah, once again, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you all next time.